Stop scheduling your life. Stop color-coding your calendar. The productivity gurus are lying to you. The How to Cure Procrastination videos are a scam. The modern time management industry is feeding you pure poison. They want you to buy a planner. They want you to download another app. They tell you that you just need the perfect workspace. They tell you to wait for inspiration. They tell you to practice self-compassion when you fail to do your work. That is not productivity. That is a slow-motion suicide of your potential. And you are holding the weapon. When you spend your hours organizing your tasks instead of doing them, you are lying to yourself. You are playing a game of pretense. You are trying to convince your conscience that planning to work is the same thing as working. It is not. It is a coward's escape. And the worst part is that you can feel the lie. You can feel it in the pit of your stomach when you close your laptop at the end of a wasted day. You can feel it when you look at your to-do list and realize it is identical to the one you wrote last Monday. You can feel it in the quiet moments before you sleep, when the guilt of what you didn't do catches up to you. That is not peace. It is torture. You wake up with a knot of anxiety in your chest. You tell yourself today will be different. You sit down at your desk. You open your screen. And then, you hesitate. The resistance hits you like a wall. It is a heavy, invisible force. It whispers that you can do it later. It whispers that you are too tired. It tells you that you need to check your email first, or clean your room, or find the perfect playlist. So you click away. Just for a minute, you say. An hour passes. 2 hours pass. You have accomplished nothing. You have surrendered your focus to a digital casino designed to strip you of your attention. You have allowed your mind to be colonized by algorithms. You have traded your irreplaceable, limited lifetime for cheap, colorful static. Look at yourself. You are a sovereign human being. You have the blood of survivors coursing through your veins. And yet, you are being held hostage by a blue light. You are allowing your immediate mood to dictate whether you build your future or rot in your present. Modern self-help tells you that you have a motivation deficit. They tell you to watch a motivational speech. They tell you to look in the mirror and repeat positive affirmations. They tell you to buy a premium subscription to a focus app. But those are just decorative chains on a prisoner. If you need a motivational video to get you to act, you are not free. If you need a perfect environment to do your duty, you are a slave to your surroundings. And environments are volatile. You've tried the dopamine detoxes. You've tried the calendar blocking. You've tried the productivity hacks. And yet, you are still paralyzed. Still waiting. Still feeling like your life is a movie that hasn't started filming yet. The reason you are failing is simple. You think you need to feel like doing the work before you do it. You are waiting for an emotional green light that is never going to come. And in the game of life, the person who waits for their emotions to align with their duty is the person who gets left in the dirt. This is not a matter of willpower. This is a matter of physics. An object at rest stays at rest. An object in motion stays in motion. I don't want you to learn how to manage your time better. I want you to lose the ability to hesitate entirely. I want you to reach a point where the gap between your thought and your action is zero. Where a difficult task doesn't trigger a debate, it just triggers execution. Where your resistance doesn't stop your progress, it simply informs your target. The moment you stop debating with your own mind is the exact moment you become invincible. Because a person who does not negotiate with their own laziness is the most terrifying and focused force on earth. If you are ready to stop being a spectator in your own life. If you are ready to step out of the crowd and build a mind of granite. then understand this channel is not for the comfortable. It is for the few who are willing to sacrifice their excuses for reality. Subscribe now. Not to give me a metric, but to give yourself a daily checkpoint of urgency. To remind yourself that your hesitation is a slow-acting poison. Join this small circle of the unshakable. Because the truth we are about to build is too heavy for the weak to hold. 2,000 years ago, Marcus Aurelius was the emperor of Rome. He had absolute power. He had no boss to report to. He had no performance reviews. He had no alarms to wake him up. If he wanted to stay in bed all day, nobody could stop him. If he wanted to spend his afternoon drinking wine and watching gladiators, the empire would have paid for it. Yet, he didn't. He lived a life of brutal, relentless discipline. He spent his nights in a cold military tent on the edge of the Danube River, fighting barbarian armies. His body was weak, his lungs were failing, and his closest friends were betraying him. He was surrounded by a plague that was destroying his people. By modern standards, he had every excuse to burn out. He had every excuse to hide in his palace and delegate his responsibilities. But he didn't. Every single morning, before his feet touched the cold stone floor, he used a 5-minute mental filter. A silent, ruthless internal alignment that stripped the drama out of his existence. He wrote about it in his journal, a book we now call Meditations. He wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work, as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blankets and keep warm." Look at the emperor of the known world. He had to argue with his own comfort just like you do. He had to remind himself that he was not a plant designed to stay warm under a blanket. He was a human being designed to execute his duty. The Stoics did not follow their feelings. They mastered them. They understood a brutal, beautiful truth: your mind is the ultimate battlefield. And if you do not govern it with iron, it will be colonized by your lowest instincts. Marcus Aurelius did not have productivity apps. He did not have high-speed internet. He did not have the tools we use today to distract ourselves. But he had the ultimate tool, the ability to see his actions in their barest, most objective form. He practiced what the Stoics called fantasia, stripping the physical world of its narrative. When he looked at his imperial robes, he didn't see a symbol of majesty. He saw wool dyed with the blood of a shellfish. When he looked at his expensive feasts, he didn't see luxury. He saw dead animal carcasses and fermented grapes. And when he looked at his work, he didn't see a painful, exhausting obstacle. He saw his basic human function. Compare that to the modern person today. We have clean water, electricity, and the sum of human knowledge in our pockets. But we are weak. We are paralyzed by the thought of writing an email. We are stressed by the prospect of reading a book. We are exhausted before we have even begun. We have turned simple, physical tasks into massive, emotional dramas. We spend hours thinking about how hard the work is, instead of just doing the work. We have turned our minds into a theater of anxiety. And we are the only actors on the stage. The Stoic concept of action is not about being a cold, unfeeling robot. It is not about exhausting willpower. It is about alignment. It is about what they called hegemonikon, the ruling center of your mind. When your ruling center is aligned, your action is a natural consequence. You do not need to force yourself to move. You move because it is who you are. This is the ultimate paradigm shift. Most people think overcoming procrastination is about effort. They think they have to push harder, strain more, and force their body into submission. That is exhausting. And it is fragile. It's like trying to hold a heavy stone above your head. Eventually, your arms get tired, the stone drops, and you are back where you started. We aren't holding stones. We are laying foundations. This is a matter of identity, not effort. You must shift your identity from a seeker of amusement to a source of execution. A seeker of amusement is empty. They need constant external stimulation to feel alive. They show up to their desk looking for a spark of excitement. If the work is boring, they run away. If the task is difficult, they seek shelter. They are dependent on their emotions to survive. A source of execution is different. They do not need the work to be exciting. They do not need the environment to be perfect. They bring their own fire. They focus on their duty, their discipline, and their relentless output. They flow regardless of their mood. When you are the source, you do not need motivation to act. You are already active. Your purpose, your character, your daily battles, that is your movement. And when you stop needing to feel like working, something strange happens. The resistance starts to fade. The world notices the speed of your decisions. Opportunities gravitate toward you because you are a person who gets things done. This is not magic. It is simple human mechanics. Trust flows to the reliable. Power flows to the consistent. And the most reliable person is always the one who is self-contained. How do you implement the Marcus Aurelius 5-minute trick? You do it by changing your morning default setting. Stop asking, "How do I feel today?" Start asking, "What is my duty today?" The moment your eyes open, your lower brain will try to protect you. It will tell you to check your phone. It will tell you to stay in bed. It will tell you that you can start later. This is your 5-minute window. This is where the battle is won or lost. In these 5 minutes, you must run your thoughts through the Stoic filter. First, strip away the narrative. Do not think about the entire project. Do not think about the difficulty of the task. Do not think about how long it will take. See the action in its barest, physical form. It is not writing a massive paper. It is typing black letters on a white screen. It is not doing a brutal workout. It is moving your body through space. The drama is an illusion created by your fear. Kill the drama. Second, remember your mortality. Remind yourself that today is not a guarantee. You are a dying organism with a limited number of mornings left. Do you really want to spend one of your few remaining days hiding under a blanket, scrolling through photos of strangers? Is that what you were born for? To be a consumer of other people's lives? Third, declare your duty. Tell yourself, "This is my work. I have to do it as a human being." Do not negotiate. Do not discuss it. Do not wait for your feelings to change. Move your body. When you sit down to work, the success is not in the outcome. The success is in the immediate execution. If the project is a masterpiece, fine. If it is a failure, fine. You did the work. You executed your duty. Your character remains intact. You do not have time to wait for inspiration. You have an empire of character to build. Even if that empire is just the small space inside your own skull. This is what modern society hates. They want you to be a procrastinator. They want you to be anxious. Because an anxious, paralyzed person is easy to sell to. An anxious person buys the productivity course, the planner, the distraction, the entertainment. An anxious person is easily manipulated. but a self-contained person who acts without hesitation? You can't sell anything to a person who already has everything they need inside them. You can't control a person who isn't afraid of a boring task. The fear of discomfort is the ultimate chain. It makes you tolerate mediocrity. It makes you accept a life that is a fraction of your potential. It makes you stay in your comfort zone while your potential rots in real time. Break the chain. Accept the necessity of discomfort. Embrace it. Build a life that is so disciplined, so active, and so focused that procrastination cannot find a single crevice to take root. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." You are imagining that if you stop planning, you will fail. You are imagining that if you don't find the perfect routine, you will go off track. But the opposite is true. When you plan out of fear, you make excuses. You delay. You spend your energy on the preparation instead of the performance. Go back to your territory. Rebuild your foundations. Focus on your body, your focus, and your daily execution. Make your action so immediate that hesitation becomes foreign to you. And if you feel tired, move anyway. If you feel uninspired, work anyway. If you feel afraid of failure, build anyway. You do not punish yourself with delay. Delay is a confession of arrogance. Delay means you still think you own tomorrow. Delay means you still think the universe owes you more time. The truly disciplined man is not the one with the most plans. It is the one with the fewest hesitations. When you are indifferent to your comfort, you have a massive competitive advantage. Your response time is zero. Your mind is clear. Your capacity is infinite. You can execute while your competitors are still debating. You can build while they are still planning. You can dominate the landscape while they are still looking for their inspiration. This is the invincibility of the Stoics. They did not wait for the storm to pass. They acted in the middle of it. They let the rain beat against their shields while they continued to march forward. Stop being a leaf blown by every breeze of emotion. Become the mountain. The mountain doesn't ask for warm weather to stand. The mountain doesn't care if it is covered in snow or baked in sun. It just remains. Cold. Silent. Immovable. And eventually, the seasons change. And the mountain is still standing. The next time you feel the drag of procrastination rising. The next time you feel the urge to click away, to delay, to check your phone just one more time. Stop. Breathe. Look at your hands. Remember who you are. Remember the thousands of ancestors who survived real wars, plagues, and famines so you could have this afternoon. Do you really think they did all that so you could lose your mind over an email? Kill the hesitation. Turn off the screen. And go do something hard. Go lift. Go work. Go read. Go build. Put your energy into the only asset class that has a guaranteed return, your own character. The world will try to distract you. The market will try to entertain you. The algorithms will try to keep you asleep. The only stable counterforce in existence is your own discipline. Invest there. And watch how quickly the world changes its attitude toward you. When they see that you cannot be distracted, they will respect your time. When they see that you cannot be slowed down, they will stay out of your way. When they see that you do not need inspiration to act, they will realize you have already won. But by then, you won't even care about their evaluation. Because you will have discovered the greatest secret of all. That the most powerful thing in the universe is not a massive empire, or a bank account, or a famous name. It is a mind that has set itself free from the need to negotiate with its own comfort. Stop waiting. Start executing. You are the sovereign. Act like it. And let the world try to keep up with you for a change. The era of your sleepwalking is over. The time of your awakening has begun. Your mind is your kingdom. Govern it with iron. Or watch it fall. The crown is on your head. Do not drop it for a blanket.